You can have the time and the money.
Welcome back to the show. We've got a new episode. You can have the time and the money. I'm Shane Seymour, the founder of TV Magic and the Magic Podcast channel. And today we've got a very special guest who just finished a keynote presentation at our annual Magic Conference down here in Sydney, Mr. Pat Mesiti. Pat Mesiti, author of 13 books, global speaker, serial entrepreneur. I'll let him go into it a little bit more. How are you going today,
I'm doing
Pat?
great, mate. Thanks for having us. And what a great conference you've got. Great culture, great business strategy, and it's a result of great leadership. Well done.
Oh, thank you, mate.
Well,
I was an audience member of yours, and you are one of the most engaging speakers I've ever met. You're funny. You really connect with the audience, the stories and the business lessons. You take people on an emotional journey, as well as giving them things to take home that they can implement into their lifestyle and their business. And you didn't disappoint today.
Thanks, mate. Thank you.
So you've been doing this for several decades, I know that.
I've been speaking since I was 18 years old, believe it or not, and coming on to 50 years now.
50 years.
Yeah. Toured with some of the greats. Jim Rowan, Zig Ziglar when they were alive, Dennis Waitley, Bob Proctor, the late great Bob Proctor,
Wow.
Mark Victor Hansen. And when you watch those guys, the classic guys, they were just in a league of their own. They were great storytellers, not weird stuff, just real good practical. And I've always wanted to be that kind of a speaker, is give people just the basics. If you get the basics right, I think Jim Rowan said, the basics, he said, be careful of the man trying to sell you a new antique. Just keep doing the basics. And that's what we try to do. But hey, great audience. It's easy when you've got a great audience, that's for sure.
Yeah, okay. And signature Pat Mesiti move, no one else has said this, but I remember it from decades ago. Shift this,
Yeah.
touch this, get this.
Yeah.
To me, I think this tapping on the temple and the heart, where did that come from? Where did you develop that?
It's funny. I was in a car driving to Margaret River with a friend of mine called Mitch Carlson. And it just came to us in the car. I just said, we just get people to shift their mindset and do things from the heart. The money will come. And then we both in the car and we just went, shift this, touch this, get this. And that was it.
That's beautiful.
It was just, I was going to do an event for Century 21 Real Estate at the Margaret River. And we were just driving the car and there it was.
And when was that?
A long time ago. Yeah,
In the car.
Look, I couldn't even tell you the year, but
Okay.
but it was just one of those, sometimes things happen so simply where you don't have to make it happen, it just happens. And they're magic moments, that come to you, and it's a time to capitalise on them, Jim Rowan said, when should you act on an idea? When the idea is hot and the emotion is high. So straight away when I got that idea, I went to work on a logo, and that was it. It ended up being on all the things, there's the mind, the heart, and the money. So
Yeah. Wow. It's beautiful.
oh, thank you.
If you ever thought about not doing, keep doing it.
No, thanks. Well, it has come to me a few times, but we're going to keep doing it, definitely.
It's something that I remember, and I think it.
And it gets people involved too.
It does.
The first thing as a presenter is get your audience involved. Get them to do something. Don't get them just to sit there like sponges. Have them absorb and have them engage with you. It's what I always try and do, whether it be a story or a little anecdote like that.
Yep. My first question for today, Pat. So, as a franchisor, I've successfully led a lot of people through our franchise system, our franchise business model, from never had a business before, they've worked for somebody, take that giant leap to being self-employed. So I'm very familiar with that for our franchise. I know you lead a lot of business owners and stuff like that, but what's your experience with that transition, and when is the best time for people to do that in their lives?
As soon as I can, to be honest with you. I mean, I think if people can get into an established brand, saves a lot of heartache. You've done all the hard work, all the groundwork, all the magic, all the colours, all the logos, and I have been involved with a couple of franchises over the years, and I find, especially if you're not gifted in those areas, you're standing on the shoulders of giants. So all the colours, I looked at the guys when they came in this morning, they're all in their gear, it looked great, looked like a football team, you know, and it just saves a lot of heartache, a lot of marketing, and a lot of energy that you can put into other stuff. So if you've got an idea and you're struggling for reach, find a successful franchise that you can align yourself with. You know, like, why do you want a podunk coffee shop when you could align yourself with someone that's already done it? You know.
Yep. And what about franchising versus going out on your own and trying to figure it out? A lot of people do try to do that, but you know, that takes a special kind of a person. What do you say about that?
Look, people say, oh, if I join franchising, I've got to pay this, I've got to pay that, I've got to pay that. I go, yeah, you do. But if you go out on your own, you've got to pay this, you've got to pay that, you've got to pay that on your own. And you don't have a tried and proven product. Whereas if you join with something that's already tried and proven, you're jumping on the credibility, testimonial, marketing. Like, you're going to, if you want to do a little coffee shop down the road, make a couple of bucks, that's great, but you're not going to change the world. If you want to have reach, massive reach, great branding, customers coming through the door, join something that's already been established. Yeah. Same with you guys. Like, I've seen it with you. I've seen it with some plumbing guys. And the other thing too is, when you join a franchise group, you rise. Like, you learn from others. Your leadership rises. The camaraderie rises. You got people you can ask questions from. You got leaders that have been there, done that before. When you're on your own, you're a lone wolf, and everything you do is, it's either going to sink or swim. You've already done swimming. Just get in the boat.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to recreate what's been created for you.
There are definitely a few shortcuts to be had when you
There
can
is.
fast track.
There is. And people worry that they get all concerned about, oh, I've got to pay this and I've got to pay commissions. Either way, you're going to pay.
That's right.
I'd rather pay where I've got a safe bet. That's my take. If I'm going to pay, I'm going to pay on something that's going to give me a return. I don't want to invest in something that I don't know of, you know. And I can think of franchise after franchise after franchise that have actually taken over small businesses that weren't part of the franchise. And so, you know, save yourself the heartache. Save yourself the heartache, folks. Get into a franchise. Get into his.
Thank you. Moving away from franchising for a second, I'd like to talk about Pat.
Okay.
Pat, what are two things that most people don't know about you?
They don't know that English was my second language.
Wow.
My mum didn't speak English. Immigrant.
So you speak Italian?
Very fluent. Yeah, in Italian. And I speak my dialect, which is not Italian. It's kind of a chopped up version. I think the second thing is I'm actually quite an introverted type of person.
Okay.
Yeah, because the persona on stage is different from the person that just want to be alone.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're like an outgoing introvert.
Yeah, look,
You come to life.
speaking for me is a gift that obviously comes from God, but the nerves that go with it. I've been speaking now since I was 18, coming on to nearly 50 years, and I still get nervous, still go through that. Never take it for granted. Go through my notes, even though I've done talks. Speeches are never written, they're constantly rewritten. And I don't ever want to do the cookie cutter approach. I want to feel what's in my audience, like this morning, what was there? How are they looking into people's eyes and seeing a tear in their eyes, something I said touch their heart, and learning to drill a little bit deeper in that area not just giving my point, moving on.
Yeah.
You know, I found today the guys were resonating with some of the things I was saying very strongly, so I thought, let's dig a bit deeper there. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But so English second language, not really a people person. Yeah, people think I am, but I'm kind of not.
You wouldn't picture this on stage. One of the most lively, animated, and engaging speakers.
Can you imagine if I was like that 24/7?
When you can get someone who does a death by PowerPoint, Pat Mesiti is the polar opposite of that. Just
When they say to me, "Do you have a PowerPoint?" I go, "You're looking at it." If you need a PowerPoint to engage people, really, come on. I mean, Tony Robbins doesn't use PowerPoint.
No.
I mean, Zig Ziglar never used PowerPoint. I've never seen any of the greats, and I'm not against PowerPoints. I'm not against them. I just think the human face is more interesting than a slide.
absolutely.
The human body is more interesting than a slide. And look at the great comedians, you know, their facial expression, Jerry Lewis and Dean Martin and Sebastian Maniscalco, these guys, they're all facial body, you know. And one of the things I say to people when they're presenting is throw your heart over the bar and your body and your audience will follow.
Yeah.
You know, don't get stuck in your script. People can read that a mile away.
Yeah, that's a good one. I've done a little bit of training, and I was trained. If you can feel it on stage, your audience will feel it.
They'll feel it too, absolutely.
But having the being comfortable doing that on stage, you are brilliant.
Mm.
at doing that.
Well, it is a little out of my comfort zone.
Well, it doesn't show.
No, well, thank you.
So,
thank you.
Kudos to you, Pat.
Thanks, mate. Thank you. Thank you. We hide nerves well, folks.
All right. What are you working on now? What's the next 5, 10 years look like for you?
I think my big passion is helping people turn their information into an information product where they can build borderless business, multi-language, and not leave their home. Like, you've got knowledge in this area. Where's your book? Where's your podcast? Where's your manuals? Because what happens if tomorrow they shut you down, you can't travel, you can't... Does that mean the end of the business? Doesn't have to be. You can teach what you know on an online format, on a webinar format, showing people what to do, webcam it in. I mean, even now with all the AI technology that's out there, people can have global businesses from their home. The one thing that was the up of the plandemic, as I call it, the plandemic, is it forced people to work from home, but it turned your home into a television broadcasting network from the luxury of a lounge or a Zoom call. You can broadcast anywhere in the world right now from your home.
Absolutely.
And at the push of a button, you can write a book and change it into as many languages as you want. And what have you done except for created a product? And information is a new asset. They estimate that it's a $4 trillion business.
Wow. Yep.
So taking your information onto an online platform into a packaged packaged product, and that's what we're focusing on.
Okay. For yourself or your students?
Myself, we've done it for years now, and now for our students. When COVID hit, we had $500,000 invested in venues and everything, and it was like, man, and no one was giving you money back. It was just So we had to switch everything to Zoom. And I was like, you can't sell $1,000 product on Zoom. And then, well, we did that. And then you can't sell a $7,000, we did that. And then, but we were selling $30,000, $40,000 programs off a Zoom call. I didn't have to have people in a room.
Yep.
I didn't have to pay for their morning tea. And they're learning they can be in their pajamas.
It's possible. I have a story for that.
But I think that there is the element of human touch that's important, like what we were doing here. But to people out there that have got information, have got, you can turn what you know into a global asset.
I love it.
But you've got to know how.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people have a go and they'll lose a shirt off their back if they don't do it right. And it's the same thing. Why reinvent the wheel? Go and learn from someone that's done it.
Yeah, okay. Well, we being in the trading environment, I feel so fortunate. During COVID, as an example, a lot of businesses needed to shift in that direction, whereas we, by the luck of God, when you need a plumber and your tap breaks, or the TV aerial breaks or whatever, we broke records during COVID.
Wow.
We didn't do anything. People spent all their money on tradies. We discovered what a Zoom room was.
Yeah.
With all the people working from home, we're coming in and installing Zoom rooms in people's homes.
That's right.
Our business thrived. But I couldn't agree more on so many people getting the leverage to sell their IP over and over and over because they're not in our kind of industry.
Yeah,
and you helping them, and I would definitely go and learn from someone that's done it before.
Yeah.
Because it's a minefield.
It is. It can be a minefield. I've seen people go and
Sorry for interrupting. I wanted to say, sorry for interrupting, Pat. Selling big ticket items on Zoom, totally possible.
100%.
I sold a franchise a decade ago to one of the West Aussies, and we just caught up on Zoom about 4 times, 100 grand later. You can do it.
And the fact is, there's a sequence. Oh, I got slides. Yeah, okay, great. I got a book. Who's buying it? No one. Well, change the cover. Oh, but it's my mum's favourite colour. Your mum's not the market. But we're not. Your mum will buy one. You know what? Give your mum her book. Change the cover for one. But don't be an expert if you're not. Leverage of an expert that's done it, because you save yourself a lot of heartache. It's the same with books. People write books, but they just don't know the power of the book. Your book is the best business card you'll ever get. Forget about making money on books, unless you're a Stephen Archer or J.K. Rowling or Robert Kiyosaki. You can use, if I go into to a customer and you've got a business card and I've got a book, I'll get the business 9 times out of 10. You give them a card which they lose. You give them a book that's on there. That thing's just saying, call me, engage with me. It positions you as an expert, even if it's a small book, whether you're a real estate agent or franchisee or whatever it is. Turn your information into a sales letter that people go, oh yeah, that guy, he wrote the book on how to set up my aerial.
My book is yet to come.
There you go.
You've got 13. Which of your 13 is one that sticks out and is your poster child of your best book?
Books are like kids, which people go, Tarzan, what's your favourite? I think the one that for me always stands out is Wake Up and Dream, because it was my first one. Now that thing took me nearly 3 years to finish. Now I can write a book in an hour and a half. And so can most people, and that's not with using AI either. I always say to people, don't go to AI, go to your head first. Get what's in you, then do your research. But now we can do a book in 90 minutes if need be, Wow. And for me, I'm not good with computers. So I've had to dictaphone everything. I had to dictate everything. So
it's a good way to do it.
Yeah. Well, I figured that I speak better than I write. Because speaking and writing are 2 different things. So then I give that manuscript to someone who's a writer, and they can put it in the written word, not the spoken. Because the way you speak and the way you write are 2 different things. And most people don't know that. Sometimes a story that's told is so much more powerful than a story that's written. I say to people, can you imagine if you're sitting there listening to Jesus tell the story of the Good Samaritan? Oh, now we've got in the book, but hearing him tell it would have been powerful, And it's the same with any great storyteller. It's that art of being able to change that over.
this. Do you have any further things you'd like to say to the camera, to our audience, or ask of me, or anything?
Look,
It's never enough time.
Look, I would just want to encourage people that you've got information. Three things. Number one, turn your information into an asset. Number two, jump on the shoulders of someone who's been there. And number three, build towards your financial freedom. No one's sending out a rescue ship to help you. So whatever you've got to do, get out.
If it is to be, it's up to me.
Absolutely. Get out of the rat race. Get out of the narrative, and be your own person.
If you're thinking about an engaging keynote speaker for your event or anything, this is genuinely one of the best speakers we've ever had.
Thanks, mate.
From Queensland, but Aussie, Pat Mesiti.
Thanks, Chef. Appreciate it, mate. Thank you. Thanks so much.
I'm so glad you came. Thank you so much. It's never
Thanks,
been
Chef.
enough. There's never enough time. Thank you for being on the show.
Thanks, man.